Hey gang, I'm Mr. Phil and this is The Workshop and you're watching Weekly Update Episode 12. As you might notice, my walls no longer have that rich amber glow to them. So the reason why is today I replaced the overhead lights with a brighter and more color accurate daylight balanced set of light bulbs. The new lights are not only brighter, so that will help give us more light on your hair during hair cutting, but they're also color accurate. So what that means is that gone is that yellow overcast in the room. So when we're doing hair color, we are now going to get the truest representation of color possible. And I like them because they don't fatigue my eyes as much. I've had the lights in here now, this is Monday afternoon, so a couple hours, and they are very gentle on the eyes. And as you can tell behind me, the whites of the packaging and my posters are true bright white. The other day I posted my announcement video about going to Texas for my Aloxi Train the Trainer workshop. I'm super excited to go out to Texas and meet a bunch of other Aloxi folks and learn from the best of the best. I know it's going to be a very enriching and kind of information overload seminar, which is what I want. I've never done something like this, so to be part of a huge opportunity like this, it's an honor, it really is, and I can't wait to begin posting stuff from Texas and showing you guys what I'm up to when I'm out there. One of the biggest pieces that I'm looking forward to the most is to really learn more about why Aloxi products work the way they do. We've talked about it here in the shop over the past couple of weeks now, that the products just perform differently than anything we've ever used together. So I would like to know more about the chemistry, about the build quality, of why the ingredients in Aloxi work in that really cool manner that we've all grown to know, love, and trust. There's going to be so much color work, and I can't wait to see just how much color I dive into during my time out in Texas. And I might have to do a special weekly update from Texas episode. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but we'll figure it out. Combs and brushes are always essential parts of what I do here in the workshop. Whether or not I'm using a comb or a brush during your haircut or your blow dry or applying product, there's a specific use for every single tool that I like to bring into my working routine. And today I'm going to tell you a little bit about some of my favorite combs and brushes. Starting with combs, we're going to look at one of my favorite tools, and this is a smooth, soft finish, wide tooth detangling comb. This comb is a really great choice to help detangle and smooth damp hair. Because of the wide teeth, it just glides through the hair really easily without putting any strain or tension on the hair strand. So I will most commonly use this comb to begin detangling and smoothing your hair before a haircut or before I section your hair for a blow dry. And this is the YS Park 337 comb. It's got a sectioning hook on the top, so it makes it really easy to glide through and part the hair when you need to section off for a haircut. The big feature about this comb that I love is it has a nice sturdy spine, so it gives you a little bit of extra gripping surface when you're combing through product into your hair. And it works really, really well on dense and thicker hair as well because the teeth are pretty widely spaced out. And many of you will recognize this orange YS Park 339 comb because this is the comb that I use mostly during barbering haircuts, because with the very fine teeth and the small profile of this comb, it allows me to get the hair, start working from temple and back, sectioning out your hair for scissor cuts. I also like the 339 comb because this here, this side of the teeth, is very, very flexible. So this comb has a lot of give, meaning that it will glide through your hair without tugging. And the next comb I'm going to talk about is a YS Park 332. It's a little different than the 339. As you can see, the teeth are longer, they're heavier, and they're very widely spaced. But again, it has a super sturdy spine and a lot of flex. So the 332 comb is great for hairstyles like mine, like a slick back, where you want to get that pomade layered in there first and begin distributing your product through on damp hair. And then with the flexible, soft teeth, the finer teeth, you can then refine your style. Now the 332 and the 339 are very similar in a couple of regards, one being that they are wide to fine. They both have section hooks on the top, and they both have a lot of flex. But where they really differ is that the 332 is meant for thicker, denser, coarser hair, and then the 339 is meant for finer or thinner hair. And depending on your hair type, you might be able to use one or the other, if not both. The next piece of today we're going to talk about would be my favorite brushes. The first type of brush that I think everyone should own, whether we have long hair, medium length hair, or short hair, is a wet brush. And this is a wonderful way to begin detangling shower damp hair. One trick you could always use when using a wet brush is that if the grain of your hair is going up and down, to begin straightening and smoothing and detangling your hair, have the bristles also facing the same direction, and this will create a very smooth surface, detangling the hair with less stress on the hair strand. And then once you go through a pass or two here vertically, and you see that the hair is smoothing out, and then you can flip the brush and go horizontal down the hair, and that's how you create a nice, even, and smooth, detangled wet brush style. And then the Denman is also a wonderful wet brush. This is just their version in a paddle form. Now the advantage that the Denman has, that I use this readily on my barbering side, is to smooth out final hair styles. So after a blow dry, we use some pomade. This is a really nice finishing brush on dry hair with product in it. It smooths everything out, creates a very nice polished finish. The next category of brushes I'm going to use, again, are thermal styling brushes. So these are going to be used with your blow dryer and your product to begin shaping and increasing volume of your hairstyle. This little guy I got through the Sassoon Academy, and it's a ceramic brush, and so as you're using it, that pad underneath the bristles hiding a ceramic core. So the ceramic core heats up, and you could actually use this as a thermal tool to smooth out, straighten, polish, and even curl and wave hair while using a blow dry. And then in the same idea, this is the Denman 7-row barbering brush, one of the most famous brushes in the business. You can use this to create height on your pompadours, create volume on your slick backs. You can really use this barbering brush with a blow dryer to create some great polish and very high volume, because the bristles are super flexible, that pad is wicked soft, and it doesn't put any strain on the hair, so you can really lift and roll to create whatever volume textures you want. The last category of brushes I'm going to talk about today goes right back to the from 1907 copper core round brush. These are some of the most influential hairstyling and hair drying brushes you can get. And again, the idea being that you can do everything from a very polished and straight dry style, or you can begin to roll and curl these things, or you can even use them to create heat set barrel curls. So a round brush is not just for straightening hair. It can be used in a multitude of different ways to create volume, softness, movement, and polish. Now again, the big thing about the from 1907 is the fact that the entire core is copper instead of tourmaline or ceramic, and copper is a better heat conductor. It doesn't require as much heat to do the job, so your hair dries quicker, dries softer, and dries with a lot less frizz and more shine. So using the copper core makes your hair stand out, looking better, but also staying healthy. But that's it, guys. That's Weekly Update episode 12. I really am excited to hear your feedback on things that you would like to see covered in future episodes. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and this is Mr. Phil signing off.